Hello and welcome to Cambridge University Botanic Garden for another wellness wander. Today we're going to be looking at some more of the winter highlights in the garden and taking in some of our snowdrops, which are looking amazing. You can see behind me that we have had some snow, but we haven't had the worst that some of the areas of the country have had. But I hope that you enjoy this wellness wander and stay warm and comfy while you're watching. For today's wander, I'm starting beside Brookside, which you can see here half lit in the bright sunlight in the mid-afternoon. And the first plant we're going to look at today is this lovely Hellebore. This is Hellebores sternii, and it really does have beautiful soft lime flowers that bring a freshness at this time of year. We're now heading into the main area of the garden. This is a treat for many of our visitors at this time of year, not only because it gives a green, lush oasis beckoning you on, but also because you're suddenly hit by wonderful fragrance as you wander along the path. This is Sarcococca confusa, one of the plants responsible for offending the nasal senses with this extreme scent offered by these tassel-like flowers. And opposite it, in the bed beneath Newton's apple tree, this wonderful sight of snowdrops. This is Galanthus James Backhouse, a very good species that does well here in the garden with us. And it's lovely to be out with the sunlight, which does have some warmth in it today, though once you step into the shade you do lose that heat quite quickly. And the other plant that really does fill the air with scent at the moment is this beautiful Daphne Jacqueline postil, which has an incredible intoxicating fragrance. And here it is, sitting beneath our Pterocarya fraxinifolia, or Caucasian wingnut, which towers above us on this path. And down here in the border we have another snowdrop to cheer us on our way. This is Galanthus elwesii var elwesii, and this is distinct in having very broad glaucous foliage. And at this point on our tour, it's worth taking in the view along the stream, with the gunneras protected beneath their own leaves and the weeping Cercidophyllum beside the stream. But also lovely to look across the plantings in this corner of the woodland garden. So here we can see more Galanthus carpeting the floor here, and this beautiful afternoon sunlight really lifting scenes through the garden as we wander past one of the larger of the flowering snowdrops. Here we have beautiful Galanthus Richard Ayres. It has this beautiful double flower. It was named after a previous head gardener at Anglesey Abbey. And we're just wandering beneath winter sweet Chimonanthus praecox, which is another plant filling the air with incredible fragrance. And here, more drifts of snowdrops, Galanthus nivalis here. And as we look again across the scene and along the path, more winter flower, this time in the form of Hellebores orientalis, which hangs its heads not quite in shame, but when we peer into the centre of the flower, in this one you can see delicate specks of burgundy contrasting with this white tepal. And growing alongside one of the more unusual of the snowdrops, this is Galanthus werenovii. Not quite in full flower here, but this is a distinct species in having very glossy, quite bright foliage. And you can see, as we look across the scene here, that when it does come into flower, it's going to be magnificent. Great carpets of it through the woodland here. And at this time of year, although there isn't much in flower, you can make out the forms and shapes of naked trees and shrubs. So here, the many stems of Aesculus parviflora. And the evergreen Destilium racemosum. And just down again at floor level, more snowdrops filling out the woodland floor here. This is Galanthus nivalis floripleno cross Galanthus plicatus. So it's a hybrid of two of the very familiar species, but beautiful just at the moment in the cold, hanging its heavy double flower heads. But as they warm up, these will lift up and pick up and put on a good show for us to enjoy. And here you can see them carpeting the base around this rheum or giant rhubarb, which is just showing these amazing orangey buds emerging. And again you can see the effect that this beautiful low sunlight has along the grass and over the footpaths, providing great long shadows at this time of day. We're stopping here to just take in this spectacle of the butcher's broom. This is Ruscus aculeatus, which has these brilliant red berries. It's quite a spiny character, but really does put on a good show when in full fruit. And we're now going to trace our steps slightly and finish off just enjoying the view across the frozen lake. And this really is a scene of serenity. A beautiful shot to one corner of the lake with our weeping willow, Taxodium disticum, Metasequoia glyptostroboides, Sequoia sempervirens, and Acer palmatum sango kaku. Really giving a brilliant show on this cold winter's day. I hope you've enjoyed another edition of the Wellness Wonders, and I hope you'll be back to join me soon when we'll be looking at more snowdrops in another area of the garden. Thank you and goodbye.